Welcome everyone to our very first Ocean Rock Talks. We're so excited to be here. We have been trying to pull this together for a while, and you guys excited too?
Yeah.
Good. Exactly. So Ocean Rock Talks is our podcast, and it is giving you so many amazing tips and tricks and tools to live an awesome, healthy lifestyle. People don't often get to spend lots of time with their doctor, so we are giving you the juice of what you really need to hear when it comes to everything to do with wellness. We love educating and helping people live a healthy lifestyle, so this is how you get to spend more time with us, and we can teach you some of the things that you might be doing well or you might not be doing, and get you right on that healthy path.
Exactly. We want you to be healthy. It's the whole point of this, right?
And today, our Ocean Rock team is all here. I'm going to let everyone quickly introduce themselves in case you haven't met them, and you'll definitely get to know us over time as we dive into some of our favorite topics. So first, Dr. Famous.
Hello everyone, happy to be here. I'm Dr. Famous. I love hanging out with these guys. We do this on a regular basis off camera. So this is going to be easy for us. Now we get to share with you.
And I'm Dr. Pete Tolbert. You know, I love to mash holistic with dance and fun. So, and I think it's important that everybody learns something. And when you know better, you do better. So.
I'm Sarah. I am the nutritional therapist here at Ocean Rock Wellness. I love nutrition because I don't think any of us know enough about how to fuel ourselves, our families, and there's so much confusion. So I love teaching clients to cook, where to buy vegetables, all the ins and outs of how to eat to build your health up.
Yep. And you gotta eat.
Yes, and last but not least, myself, Beth Hollis. I am the physiotherapist on the team, and I've recently spent a lot of time diving into helping people manage stress, which helps with healing and with pain and all that good stuff, activating your nervous system. So we'll have to talk about that one day too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Today is a big topic because it's this time of year, time when we get sick. But it doesn't have to be the time when we get sick this winter season.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know why? Because you can boost your immune system. So we're going to focus on the healthy immune system and learn about ways that, you can boost it, but also some quick things that you might not have had time to learn on those doctor visits.
Yeah. The word, I would say the irony of what I'm noticing in practice is that more people are coming to me complaining about themselves being sick than they were during the COVID pandemic. Like, it's been so strange how much my phone has been blown off the hook, or visitors are surrounded by somebody, being sick. And it's not COVID, that we're seeing, though that is starting to, I think, ramp up and see some numbers. But it's other things like flu, parainfluenza, seeing some chickenpox, hand, foot, and mouth. Like, it's so many other things out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to learn about our immune system, because then we won't be calling the doctor saying, I got this, I got that.
Exactly.
So explain to people, really, dumb it down for lack of better terms. Like, how can I even explain to my kids what their immune system is? Why is it important? And why is it linked to health and not getting these viruses and illnesses?
Mm-hmm. Our immune system is like our military, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think kids understand that. So, and then you have different parts of the military. So you have, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
My kids won't know that, but I will tell them.
The Navy.
Yes, we're in a war, and you got your soldiers.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got air, and we got field, and we got water.
Yeah, Navy, Air Force.
Perfect. I get you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special ops.
Yes, Black Ops.
Yes, Black Ops. So that's kind of my immune system. But the goal of the immune system, right, is to protect the body, right, from foreign invaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So ultimately, our immune system is not gonna never see viruses and bacteria, right? That's just like our soldiers. They're gonna see the enemy, but the whole purpose is that we're supposed to identify them and make sure that we know how to handle that enemy, and that's what our immune system does essentially. It makes sure that we know how to handle and contain that virus, keep it out of making a bigger mess, right? It's not going to come into our country and blow it up, essentially.
Who's friend, who's foe.
Yes.
Yes.
And we do want our immune system to respond if it's foe.
Yes.
Or, foreign invader.
Yes.
But if it's friend, we want it to be able to understand its friend and be calm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Calm.
And sometimes when you're overwhelmed, everything looks like a foe.
Yeah,
And you're like, wait, you're actually my friend. Sorry, I was mad. I was a bit
like being blindfolded and you kind of don't have your awareness. You're like, well, you could be an enemy. I'm going to treat you the same as the enemy. And that's kind of what happens when you're overwhelmed. Your system's
Exactly.
overwhelmed.
What I think is so cool is that how smart our immune system is, because right now with the kids going back after being home for longer than usual, my kids are getting sicker than usual. I'm like, what is going on? And, Dr. Pete's explained, their immune system's catching up because they didn't have exposure to some of these things. So don't fret if your kids are more sick this season. And is that what you're noticing?
Yeah, no, I noticed. So this week, my kid went to her nursery, and there was only 2 kids in her nursery.
She was one of the lone survivors.
She was like, it was her and another kid. And I'm just like, these kids are dropping like flies, because their immune system is definitely taking some time to catch up and get trained. So their soldiers are working
because
overtime.
we've all been closed down for kind of 2 years, right?
Right.
So there weren't the exposures.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when they get and that's probably why your kid, she might have picked up a lot of viruses. It's not that she didn't get exposure, it's just that her immune system's boosted enough that she can identify the enemy, deal with it, and then move along, right?
Yeah.
She didn't get taken out completely.
Yeah.
Get knocked down.
And I think that's
She's a
it.
fighter.
I had started, I knew, because I was, like I said, I've been getting total colds. So when I started to get the colds, I started to up her vitamins. And so I'm going to give her extra vitamins. And then I really do think that helped. And I think that people have to understand that it's a thin line. For kids, we want them to get, certain exposures so their immune system can build the antibodies and get stronger and stronger. However, when it comes to our adults, we don't want them to be getting overexposed. I think adults start to get a little bit lax.
Well, they're dealing with other things as well. So they've had more time to pick up these long-term viruses. They're also stressed. They're also not sleeping. Like, kids are living their life. They get the viruses and they go to bed early.
Yeah.
Get chicken soup.
Exactly.
Everybody takes care of them.
Kids know how to definitely be sick better than adults.
Yeah.
So let's dive into mistakes that even smart adults are making when it comes to your immune system. I know Dr. Famous's favorite thing to preach is sleep. And tell us why that helps with your immune system.
Well, I'll keep it really simple. Our sleep is when our bodies rest and repair. If you do have to take out an enemy, right, or bring out all the fire brigade. Okay, we were talking. So sorry, Navy SEALs, Air Force.
Firemen, police.
If we do need to call all our special agents in, then we need to be able to do that at night when our body's prepared to kind of filter the blood. It cannot do that when it's busy watching Netflix, eating at 10 p.m. It really needs that time of silence and peace so it can go through and repair the body of whatever virus cells are being bombarded by the virus, and to be able to just clear that. Right?
So less than 7 hours sleep, would you say, is
It's
suppressing
probably
your
not
immune
ideal.
system?
And there's a ton of arguments, right, about how much right sleep is, right amount of sleep is. And you can use your intuition and find what's right for you. But I feel like a lot of our clients say, 5 hours is enough for me. And I'm starting to think that's not their intuition. That's their lifestyle that they're compensating for. And really robbing themselves of a lot of sleep. I really do believe that not everyone needs same amount of sleep. But most of us probably need more than 6 to 7.
Yeah, I think the sleep doctor says that, when it goes into the different sleep chronotypes, that most of us are bears majority of the population is bears, which means that bears tend to want to hibernate more, and bears need more sleep. So I know I'm a bear.
Me too. Aisha and I can pack away 10 hours.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, finally I feel rested.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm,
That's what made me think my chronotype was wrong, because I feel like I think I
But also, whatever you do, you practice and you get good at. So
what you
people
get
who
good
are
at.
running off of 4 or 5 hours of sleep, they've done it for so long
Yes.
that all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'm doing well. But no, you just practice with your coping mechanisms, and it doesn't mean you're still well rested.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you have to get more sleep. Most people are not getting enough sleep.
Well,
and
Beth
that's
said
for
it
sure.
earlier that kids know how to be sick, and one of the things they do, everybody knows, when
Yeah.
the kids start like wreaking havoc, they're not sick anymore. But when they are not well, they're tucked into their corner, maybe on an iPad, but a lot of times they're just sleeping longer,
Having
and
a
you're like,
nap.
wow, this is nice.
I know.
Yeah, they've been on the couch all
I
day.
know. What's wrong with my kid? No,
They're just resting and
resting.
repairing,
Yeah.
because that's what the body needs when it's like
Mhm.
trying to take out an enemy.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And then we touched base, so you help your kids through supplements.
Yeah.
So supplements, I feel, is just such a crazy area to navigate because it's a $100 billion business.
Yeah.
And so
It's not well regulated.
it's not well yeah.
Or
it's-
regulated at all, really.
and you have to weed through a lot of the crap,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Poor
And the more
quality.
that you learn about it, the more you realize, wow, there's some bad stuff on these shelves.
I mean, they say something like 60 to 80% of what is on the shelf
Yeah.
is not good quality,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
doesn't.
Do you
have the
remember
active ingredients.
years ago there was actually studies found that they were packing it with things like sawdust,
Yes.
where fillers,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh
You're taking
man,
2 capsules, but you're really just taking that much
yeah.
of vitamin C.
Yeah, so when it comes to what smart people, the mistakes that smart people are making in relation to the immune system, I find that it's like at least 2 categories. Either people are not supplementing enough, like giving their body extra vitamin C or zinc, and maybe some of the other good vitamins, like some B vitamins as well. But then if they are they're supplementing with low quality, you know, and so that is not really helpful. Sometimes they could be even putting more toxic things into their body, and their immune system's
with
getting
those
wrapped up.
capsules and fillers, like you
Yeah.
mentioned.
Exactly. And that's something I learned actually when we started Ocean Rock Wellness. Dr. Peace was like, oh, we have physician grade supplements and they're third party tested to show and prove there's no toxic heavy metals in it, there's no fillers, binders, things that sneak into some of the brands you see in the pharmacy.
Yeah.
And the price point is the price point because it costs more for higher quality. So if you're really shopping for supplements, don't just go for the cheapest one because
But
you won't.
Also, don't just go for the expensive one because people know that now, and they sell supplements at really high prices, but they may still not be the right quality.
Right.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, we like, and so what we do is like when it comes to my kids, I like Vimagy. One, I like it because it's got a lot of liquid preps, so I
Yes.
can get it into my kids easier.
Yeah.
My kids are really good at also taking capsules, but also because it's capsules, you can open them up and break it in. You can add it to whatever
A
liquid
smoothie
they
or
like,
whatever.
smoothie. So it also makes it super duper easy, and then the quality and the cleanliness of their brand is also super cool.
Right, but what
So-
Dr. Peets means when she says cleanliness, there are things that we want to avoid out of our kids' diet, like gluten and dairy, and a whole host of other things like dyes and preservatives. And believe it or not, you can have this really clean diet that Sarah's going to tell you about, but then you take supplements that have all those things, and it completely defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, like Sarah says, everyone wants the gummies.
I know the gummies. Even my mom, sorry mom, she takes like vitamin D gummies, and it's sugar. It's how much good is it doing when you have all the added stuff to it?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that they it's just candy.
It's
really.
it's just like
Yeah.
the grocery store. There's junk food and then there's good quality stuff.
Yeah.
And going through a pharmacy is the exact same. You have to know how to navigate
Yeah.
it.
And if you want to eat candy, then eat candy, right?
Yeah.
But just know.
Don't cover it up and calling it vitamin D.
just
Don't
know
call it
it's
vitamins.
okay.
Exactly. So I know supplements are amazing, especially this time of year, and especially if you're deficient. But we do preach food first, and that is Sarah's expertise. We send a lot of clients to Sarah and say, just start here, please. But we know there's lots to do. Please just start with Sarah.
And when it comes to the immune system, you know, eating healthy when you get sick is good, but the real work in building your immune system and making it so resilient and understanding of friend and foe starts like today, yesterday. So anti-inflammatory diet, low gluten, dairy, sugar, high nutrients. We always kind of look at what are you deficient in, what do you need more of. So a whole foods diet, lots of colors. Count how many colors you and your kids are putting in your bodies each day.
Since this is like our early podcast, should we just explain what gluten means? Like what no gluten means? It means nothing made with flour, barley.
So our top inflammatory foods, gluten, dairy, sugar, soy. We'll start with those four. Gluten is a protein found in wheat. But it's also found in barley, spelt, rye, and wheat. So those four. Now, barley, spelt, and rye are super easy because if there's something made out of barley, it says barley. Barley soup, spelt bread, rye bread. You're going to know if your food has spelt, barley, or rye. Wheat's hidden in everything. If it tastes good, it's got wheat in it. If it's a baked good, so if you say this was made using flour,
all-purpose flour.
But even if it says whole wheat, because people really get confused. That terminology has been used as like a healthy term. But whole wheat flour is still flour and therefore still has gluten in it.
So whole wheat, but if it's made out of flour or it says wheat or whole wheat on it, that has gluten in it. And gluten is going to be really inflammatory to the body. So if you're trying to boost your immune system through supplements and food, but you still have kind of this cloud of inflammation, it almost isn't worth it. So we always kind of start with some, nutrient repletion, focus on a good diet, but then look at what else you're adding in. So gluten, dairy, sugar are the three top for taking out of your diet for sure.
And dairy just means anything that comes from a cow's milk.
And I think I have clients get confused if it's almond milk, if it's a non-dairy alternative, that's not dairy. So dairy is only if it comes from a cow.
Neither are eggs.
Neither are eggs. That's such a big confusion.
I get that question a lot.
Yeah. Two different animals.
But we do actually want to avoid eggs, right?
Explain why.
Well, Dr. Pete's, that's our favorite topic.
So
it is.
About what? Eggs? The
Eggs.
The why?
Eggs and why?
All right. No, let me tell you about the why, because I loved when I learned this, and I'll cite this. So, reading Cleanse to Heal, which is Anthony Williams' book, is where I got this information, and it made a lot of stuff connect for me as a physician. So the reason why gluten, dairy, eggs can be super problematic. What was your fourth one? Soy. All right. So
and sugar.
So, but let me just focus on those first three. The reason why they're super problematic is because they feed the foes. They feed the bad guys. They feed the viruses. Now, as we are aware, and I guess it's great for COVID because now COVID understood. So, as we know, COVID was released from a lab, like a virology lab, like a center where they study labs. And we have all sorts of labs that study viruses. And so as we've been trying to science, research, figure it all out, we would use what is called Petri dishes, which has pretty much wheat, eggs, dairy products to grow either bacteria or viruses. And so we have started to teach viruses to feed off of these foods. So when a virus comes into your body and you're eating these foods, guess what's feeding off of that? The virus, the bacteria is feeding off of all of that. And so instead of helping your immune system, you're actually helping the viruses get stronger and multiply and replicate. And so that's really, 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 really why if you're trying to really get your immune system great, that you should avoid those foods. And then incidentally, in practice, what I see is that products like dairy, also increase phlegm
Yeah.
and mucus production, right? So it's not unusual for me to say, hey guys, your kid's got this cough, it's chronic, it's not getting better, they got a lot of phlegm. Let's take a break from the milk, and then, or maybe it's eggnog because we're in that season, and then they get better, and they get better like really fast. So and it could be a cough that or something chronic or mucousy that could be going on for weeks.
Yeah.
And
In
so,
addition to that, all those foods also dampen your immune system because your body has to deal with the inflammation they create. It's kind of switching resources from helping the immune system to go ahead and do all of that work. It has to kind of stop that job and deal with the inflammation that the foods are creating. So it's just, it kind of takes us resources away from that job.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And there's so much to go into with inflammation, because inflammation can be even in different parts of your body. And when I think of inflammation from my experience with my family, it's really their gut. And when their gut's inflamed, so many things break apart, because then they're not getting their nutrients well and absorbing things. So how would you explain how the gut and the immune system are linked?
Are connected? Yeah. So a few kind of areas. Our immune system is in our gut. You can kind of think of it that way. So 70% of our immune system is in our gut. So if our gut think of it like a garden, and we want basil, kale, roses, all these lovely species. But we get Mexican peppers, invasive species, taking over. That is going to be kind of a grounds where our immune system can't thrive. So instead, from a dietary perspective, we want to make sure that our immune system is looking more like a garden that we've grown with those beneficial species. The bacteria in our large intestine, which is kind of, we refer to gut health, it's our large intestine. The bacteria in our gut, if it's beneficial, supports our immune system. If it's not beneficial, if we've got parasites, pathogenic bacteria, those sorts of things, our immune system can't thrive. So it's kind of what species are in your gut, what's the ratio, and that kind of determines how resilient you can be as well with your immune system.
Yeah, and so then people would already know, if you're not sure if your immune system's not working well, one, you're probably getting sick, but also two, look at your gut, right? If you don't have regular bowel movements, and if you're, have a lot of bloating and gas and things, those could be signs of an unhealthy gut, which also unhealthy immune system.
And a lot of people with gut issues will also deal with immune issues that aren't kind of necessarily virus, this time of year related, but they'll get sneezing, wheezing, throat,
And even
skin
stuff,
stuff,
hives, rosacea. So if you're experiencing kind of allergy, seasonal allergy, skin, that's all coming from the gut as well. Right?
But also very closely related to the gut is stress, right?
Yes.
Because when you're stressed, your gut actually health isn't good, and then you end up with the same issue of an immune dampening.
Yeah.
And
But I think everybody's felt like that. Like they feel like they're going too much, or they're too stressed out, and then they get run on, and they get sick.
So you're right. It's easy, probably because you've been through that cycle of I did too much and now I'm paying for it. And so what I think people should do is actually have stress management or tools in their daily routine, because we brush our teeth.
Preach, sister.
Twice. Twice a day. And even my kids know to brush their teeth. But if you said, when was the last time you nourished your nervous system, or basically
took a deep breath.
Like calm down a bit and took a mindful moment, really, because you're not going to be so stressed if you're in the present moment. But if your thoughts are running like, I have not bought any Christmas presents yet, and Christmas is on, right? But just get in the present moment, and that can help with your stress. So and Sarah and I team up, because some clients where they're working so hard on their gut, but the missing piece is actually stress, right? So there's so many different areas we could work on, and it's actually the magic of it all coming together is what helps people, right? And that's why we really say it's a lifestyle, because there's so many different components that you can incorporate that actually together become the healing that you need.
A lot of smart people make that mistake. They focus on their nutrition, which is great, and then I feel like, okay, not everything's perfect. My immune system is this, I maybe got a cold, or I still got the flu, and not recognize, okay, maybe it's my stress, or maybe it's something else.
Yeah.
And I feel like a big mistake with the immune system as well is powering through, right?
Agreed.
You mean like keep on going, keep on going.
Like not rest.
Take a
No,
break.
but also there's a difference because taking a rest, and I get we all need to, but I picture it sometimes as when you just need to escape, right? Put Netflix on and watch and do something. But there's also time where you have to work on yourself quietly,
Yes.
right? And not many times we take time to just be quiet in our own thoughts, or work on breathing, or do a gentle yoga practice,
or take an Epsom salt bath.
go
Rest
for a
has to
walk
be an active-
without some that real alone time, and that inner work will boost you even more than watching Netflix. You know,
especially if you go past your bedtime.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of a distraction, right? And it feels good, and we all do it. But also take the time to do some of the calming things, meditation, things like that, to slow down.
Or just go outside and walk.
Yeah.
Just put your feet
Sit
in
in
the
the grass.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be big. Exactly. Even take 5 minutes in
Doesn't
the
have to be
car.
big, it doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah.
No.
The car is a great place.
And some people take a lot of
Sit
time.
down, but yes, the car.
Yeah, but no, like before I drive somewhere, you can, or when you arrive somewhere, you could take a minute to just breathe and relax for a second.
Calibrate before you move
I
to
think
the
that's
next
why a
thing.
lot of people like to eat their lunch in the car, because it's
Right.
like this safe. I have a lot of clients
A
who
nice
will
safe
like
space.
at the nice safe space. They'll drive somewhere in the car,
Yes.
and lunch,
And with the
window
view,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
The weather's
I
nice.
noticed
We know we do that in Bermuda, don't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Like to look at.
Maybe not anywhere else, but
Yeah, we drive and look at the ocean, which is amazing, just getting that view, because we're always in front of something, right? Like a device right in front of our face. So then if you can see the horizon and relax the back of your eyes, oh, it's so good for your nervous system.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another thing I want to touch base on, so when it comes to managing your immune system, you see everyone spraying stuff, hand sanitizer, and cleaning everything with Lysol. I mean,
right.
what do you tell your clients who are making that mistake of using these harsh chemicals?
It's really important. Hygiene is super important. Washing hands, washing surfaces, but harsh chemicals is where the smart people go wrong. Even the smart people make those mistakes.
Yeah.
You don't really need to Lysol or whatever. It's going to kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria. Because soap and water, actually, if you clean a surface, you massively reduce the count of bacteria and viruses. But what we're thinking is that we have to do a chemical, we don't. We just need to wash and clean with good quality soap and water, kind of.
Yeah.
Same with our hands, right?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to kids, I feel like what I want to teach my kids is, okay, your water bottle is your water bottle. So try not to share, right? We shouldn't be sharing water bottles. That's kind of how we pass germs and things like that. And I think overdoing exposures, even for kids, is not good. So I think that's also great. And then just, like you said, getting into good hand washing with your kids. Also just good habits of not putting their hands in their face, in their nose.
I had zero luck with that.
Yeah, I know. And I think, just those three things will keep you busy as a parent. And if you nail them, then I think you're in a good way. But I think some of that, you have to kind of teach some of the basics for the kids. And then, fingers crossed for the rest. Yeah. But I also know that when it comes to what I do in practice, I think it's really important to focus on air quality, right? So getting an air purifier, I personally think that teachers and nursery schools should have them everywhere, like in all of their rooms.
Yeah.
Places with high traffic, busy places, I really do think that they should have them. And I think they're great because not only could they clean like milk, chemicals, and things like that, but if you get a really good quality one, we sell air ducts at our office. we like to we know that can also handle like viruses and
micron
more,
size,
Yeah.
even a virus, even the COVID virus.
And you know what? You know, and I hate, like, you know what I found was really interesting, and I'll share with you guys, and I'll keep you in the loop, is that what I noticed from this pandemic, for whatever reason, I have not come down with COVID, like not tested positive. We have the air purifier here. You know, some patients will come in with their mask, some people will. I let people do whatever they're comfortable with. I feel very confident in the air purifier, having it in the office. Not to say that I haven't been sick, because I have had like little URI stuff that I know I've had during the pandemic, but never tested positive for COVID. So I found that it was, you know, and I did, like I said, I didn't have a lot, but I thought I really do feel like the air purifier has definitely helped me. Because of, you know, because being on the front line I just felt like I should have been sicker. I mean, mind you, I started to boost my immune system up, which was take vitamins, vitamin C, zinc, B complex, pretty much very, very regularly. But I just felt like, you know, that's helped out a lot. So having that here in the office, having them at home in our bedrooms, has been, I think, a big game changer.
So you started that list. Just run that list one more time, the basic supplements that you feel like everybody could use safely to boost their immune system.
Everybody could use safely, and I wouldn't say no matter what age, but I think you could start this really pretty early. I want to say I probably started my daughters at least on their vitamins pretty regularly since 2. Now my 3-year-old, I'm not gonna brag, but she can swallow capsules by the time she was 3. So it did make it easy, but I do a lot of liquids. So vitamin C, zinc, and those ones you can do regularly. I do like magnesium, because you can also, anybody pretty much can take magnesium. I feel like generally diets tend to lack those, so I think those are really safe. I think vitamin D you can do, but do on the smaller doses. You can do that pretty regularly, and then I think that's a good
foundation.
Foundation.
Agreed. Sarah, were there some specific foods you feel like, if you were to be like, aside from the general, because I know she's gonna say fruits and vegetables, but aside from that, are there any like herbs or things like that you feel like will be a nice addition?
Ginger tea, fresh ginger tea, or my absolute probably go-to would be warm lemon water with fresh ginger and a bit of local honey. I think that's game changer.
Yeah, no, that's a real good one.
Anti-inflammatory, good for the gut,
and
hydrating.
good for the immune system.
Local honey's fantastic, so that would be my go-to. And then obviously just colorful fruits and veggies.
No, that's good. I think that's good. I think if everybody started the morning just with that drink, that would be like huge.
Agreed.
That's awesome. Well, it sounds like we went through a lot of different things to work on your immune system, you know, have that dialogue that you don't have time to have in your doctor's office, little things that you should avoid or add in, and really stop making those mistakes. I hope you took notes or go back and take notes, because there's simple practices you can add or things you can take away. And was there anything else you guys felt that was on the tip of your tongue?
I had a client say after like a session once, she was like, this actually sounds delicious and fun, because I was like taking Epsom salt bath.
Oh yeah.
Listen to like good music at work, things like that. And you know, health is supposed to be kind of fun and enjoyable.
Yes.
And I think that's why we love to do it as well. But it's not supposed to be traumatic work.
Feeling deprived.
Exactly. It reminds me of that saying, you know, is she singing because she's happy, or is she happy because she's singing? Where it's like, with a healthy lifestyle, it's like that. Is, you know, she having fun and living, you know, beautifully and happy because she's healthy, or is she healthy because she's doing that? And they fit hand in hand. Happiness is huge. Huge when it comes to your health.
So what smart people are doing wrong, if it feels like work, if you're not feeling better, you're doing it wrong.
And that might be that inner work. Like, why does this feel so challenging to take care of yourself? Probably because you're not used to taking care of yourself.
And you feel really good.
And you need some help.
Yeah.
You know, you probably
break it down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like habits, tiny ones, a little bit at a time, and
Little
then
bit,
before you
yeah.
know, you have lemon water every
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
exactly care for yourself like you would care for your best friend or your
Yes.
family or your pet. We take good
Yeah.
care of our pet. Awesome. So Ocean Rock Talks is gonna come back very soon with another awesome topic all about wellness. So we'll see you later.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you heard and you are new to our channel, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button and you'll get notified whenever we upload a new video.